So, our topic today is recognizing everyday miracles. Everyday miracles is something that you don't really look for or try to make happen. It's something that comes upon you or moves through you or comes from within you. And your awareness catches it and responds. This is why so many everyday miracles are overlooked because of being so absorbed in our busy lives, running after one thing and another. We can easily miss the timing to notice and respond to the everyday miracles all around us that we are passing by unnoticed. In this world of duality, opposites, it's very easy to get caught up in life's polarities and lose our focus in the midst of our activities. Yogananda gave us a reminder of being actively calm and calmly active as we go about all our activities that we do every day. Most likely, we have all had moments in our lives when we did recognize these everyday miracles, like seeing your newborn for the first time, or just watching the sunrise, seeing the stars at night, or listening to the ocean waves under the light of the moon. Or it could have been when your plans unexpectedly change, and that unknowingly it saved your life. Or during a crisis when you gratefully received an answer to your prayers, on a time when you called out to the universe for help and were heard. Or just a random grateful moment when you were caught in the rapture of being absorbed in the beauty of nature. And such inspiration and imagination came through you. And you recognized it. But many of these moments of everyday miracles can go unrecognized until we understand how connected we all are to a higher power, a presence of the divine that is watching over us and hears our calls on God's time. And this is why we meditate and why meditation is so important, to establish this practice and keep it going. not be swept up into the polarities of life and lose our center. Meditation, you learn to steady and control your mind through breath awareness and a certain amount of discipline to find that divine center of consciousness within you, that pole star in life to guide you. You begin to gain an awareness of the life force, prana, within you that brings you to a state of being present in the here and now. This is where you can catch those miracles of life. This is where the higher power is. This is where God is. This is where love is. And this is where miracles happen in this moment of now. And we have this gift of prana, or life, that is what's keeping us alive. And we can pull in more and more life force into every cell of our body. We have this gift once we recognize how to bring it in and heal and strengthen and energize every particle of our being, the inspiration, the enthusiasm, the determination to love. I'd like to take a moment and share a couple of everyday miracles I have had that were special to me. And one was quite a few years ago. It was shortly after the passing of my teacher, my husband, and very dear friend. And those that have gone through this process of this or any way of experiencing grief, it really has a lot, every part of your cells, every part of your being. Anyway, I was going to the post office. I was driving up the highway and got my stuff, and then I got back in the car and started driving down the road. And on the right side, there was a vehicle there that I sensed was trying to get in front of me, cut in. And I had the awareness of noticing it, and I allowed that vehicle to go in front of me. And then I happened to look at the driver of the plate, the license plate. And it said, I-L-U-V, Pat. I could not believe what I just saw. I looked at that, and it gave me, never in my life have I seen a license plate like that before, and never since then. But I saw that. I had a laugh. So it just shows in this amazing universe, we are so connected outside of this physical realm that is watching and listening and hearing us. And another one that I think I told a few friends happened just more recently. And that was, I was working on Norm's Sacred Science that is coming out this year. And I just, the last chapter, just trying to get some inspiration on how to put this together of his talks and stuff. And I was having a really difficult time with one part of it. And I said, oh, I wish I had the knowledge, you know? And then I just put it away and went to bed. And the next morning, I woke up and getting ready to go to my morning meditation. I was in, I happened to walk kind of quickly right by a bookcase that was there on the wall, and my elbow hit it, which never happened. Just hit one book. That book fell on the floor. It was a booklet, and it was actually an old writing of Paramahansa Yogananda's original writings, and and it fell on the floor, and it was a paperback, and I was so bummed when I looked at it because part of it fell out of the book. It was like, those exclude sections of books. Well, this, boom, one section fell out opposite. I said, oh. So I just was ready to just put it all back together again and push it back in there. But I paused a moment. I said, oh, why did this happen? And as I picked this part up, it's exactly what I was asking for to get this information. And it was so shocking. But I could have easily missed that opportunity, both opportunities, if I did not take a moment and my awareness looked at that and saw that miracle. And the same with the car coming in. Awareness noticed that, which I could have easily not seen. So those are the beautiful miracles that are happening all the time around us that are so easy to be unrecognized. And we definitely see that in nature all around us. So without looking or trying to create a miracle, it unfolds on its own. It's just like looking at nature, the rising sun every morning. The morning dew. It's just miracles all around us. And believe in miracles when they occur. And as it has been said, when you can't explain the extraordinary, know it was a miracle from God. All of creation is a miracle. And without miracles, our world would cease to exist. Norm Paulsen stated, the creation is a living, breathing, expanding sphere of divine, intelligent life forms of light and energy. Universal prana, the breath of life, that go about their work shaping images into the densities projected for them from supergalaxies to tiny mitochondria and atomic particles. Our physical bodies seem solid in the light of scientific discoveries. I will reword that. Our physical bodies seem solid, but in the light of scientific discoveries are seen to be a sea of subatomic particles that look like tiny stars. Yogananda stated that divine intelligence commands these subatomic particles of electrons and protons to arrange themselves in different combinations. Atoms and electrons are blind forces, but it's the prana, the intelligent life force of spirit, that guides their activity according to their karmic design. So when we are told that 99.9% of our body is empty space, could it very well be filled with prana, the breath of life, the cosmic vibration of God? Norm stated, these highly intelligent vibrating forces are the cause of all vibratory creation, Maya duality, and are the building blocks of the creation, and are responsible for the appearance of all images, including our own bodies. They are the pure, visible manifestation of light as a force, as an energy, which is God. So isn't that one of the most important miracles in our lives that is going on continuously, and that we can learn to recognize? Miracles are reminders to us that there is one source, one force, that divided itself to make three. We are all waves in the ocean of life, of love, of God. So how can we recognize everyday miracles? One is just pay attention to the present moment, not rushing into the next moment. Living in the past, this moment right here, now, this very fertile moment. Take silent walks in nature. There is more there than what you can see, hear, or touch. Nature speaks to your soul. Norm referred to nature as the best teacher. Emerson referred to nature as the universal being. He believed that there was a spiritual sense of the natural world around him. William Blake wrote, "Nature is not only all that is visible to the eye. It also includes the inner pictures of the soul." He recognized those everyday miracles and the cosmic sense of it all, stating, "To see a world in a grain of sand, in a heaven in a wildflower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour." Van Gogh lived his miracles, saying, "If you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere." So just being present, aware, pay attention, just the awe of life. Stay in that place, this present moment where miracles unfold. Another wonderful way of recognizing miracles is gratitude. When you are grateful for everything in life, everything every moment, the moment you get out of bed in the morning, the first breath that you're aware that you take, till the end of the day. Constant, let your mantra be gratitude, utmost gratitude. It's in that space of feeling sincere gratitude that miracles open themselves up to you. And of course, practice meditation and contemplation and prayer to establish that presence, that awareness, and that connection to all of life. The power of prayer leads to many everyday miracles. At Sunburst, we have our prayer ministry, and we take it to heart very special as a time to really call in with carrying that vibration of that prana and life force and sending it out into the elements of ethers for prayer. And it has brought much comfort to many. And by acknowledging the miracles of your everyday life, you can cultivate a sense of gratitude, wonder, and a connection with the divine. So with this essence of energy, of gratitude, and being present in this moment now, let us go into our time now of meditation, where we steady our mind with the awareness of our breath, and without grasping or trying to find a miracle, just stay in this space of contemplative meditation and offer your love, your gratitude, and any call or prayer you have to the higher power, to the universal consciousness, to God, the cosmic mother, whatever image that makes your heart open. So let us be here now for about 15 minutes in our silent time together as Nicole will lead us with the bowls. When you have released the restlessness in your body and in your breath, you release the restlessness in your mind. And in this space, it draws you to the divine center of consciousness within you. This very present moment is that space of now, the eternal now, where miracles happen. And we are so blessed to have this opportunity to find dear friends that want to contemplate and meditate together like we're doing right now. It truly is a miracle to tap into this peace, this calm, this inspiration and wisdom, this love. Jacob Beeman stated, "Earthly language is entirely insufficient to describe what there is of joy, happiness, and liveliness contained in the inner wonders of God." I'd just like to add a little more at the end here, because, not all miracles are unrecognized. There are some that are so powerful in your life that you're transfixed in them and you cannot deny them. I'd like to give one little experience. Well, it wasn't little. Experience that I had. And this again was a time shortly after my husband's passing. And I was in my living room and talking to someone, and in a split moment, my consciousness was transfixed, and in front of me was sitting my husband, Norm, at his desk right in front of me, about probably 10 feet away. And talking about those lifetrons like little stars, his whole body was sparkling with light. And he was wearing clothes that were familiar to me. And there was no need to run toward him or whatever in my experience, because every part of space was part of us. There was no separation. You were a part and particle of everything in this experience. And his eyes kind of went right into my soul lies, and I heard his voice say, "Go on with your work and go on with your life." There was such a love that was transmitted that physical love can't describe. It's the love of such a divine love of energy. But anyway, all of a sudden, then, poop, you're back into this world. And the beauty of it is when you're in that other space, there's no grief. There's nothing. There's no grief but love, just love. And then you're here back into this self-conscious realm. And of course, you feel the physicalness of grief. But that experience was something you never, ever, ever forget. And I'm quite sure many have had experiences of the spirit that they can't forget. They're just imprinted in you forever. And how many people have had what's called near-death experiences, these miracles of being in that other dimension and experiencing their own individual experience of love, of life, of God, and their immortality, and then coming back into this world. Science used to think it was all in the mind when these near-death experiences were being exposed and talked about. Said, oh, it's just the brain just, going through some things. But they're finally coming around to re-looking at it and saying something about consciousness now. It's interesting that consciousness seems to also be outside of the body. So I'd like to read this one experience that a nurse had from a near-death experience. There's so many layers to one's near-death experience. Every day you have a new, beautiful thing that happens to you, and another layer that gets peeled away. Another realization of a world that is so precious and so beautiful. And there is heaven on earth. I can honestly say there is heaven on earth, despite what people go through, and I've gone through a lot in my own life. But the fact that the sun rises and sets and that a moon comes up, and sometimes it's full and bright and sometimes it's gone, but yet you still feel it. These are pieces of heaven that we have taken for granted. I know a lot of people out there try to find what that light is. And just remember, that light doesn't come from something outside, but it comes from within you. It's not about always searching for it, but it's about breathing it in. And once you can love yourself, everything else will follow. The Nurse Lily. So let's take this moment of closing our service by just feeling this gratitude for being part of this miracle of life. And here in this earth dimension of more physical density, what a joy it is to have this time, this opportunity to truly be ever so grateful for the beauty of nature, of our loved ones, of everything in this life, and that we are so grateful for. Utmost gratitude to have this presence of mind, to find this stillness within us that is ever present, ever here now, watching, listening, with open arms and hearts to help us all through this journey of life. Amen.
And the one you long for is on the way. And the one you long for is on the cloud by day, it's a star by night. Heaven is on the way, heaven is on the way, heaven is on the way, heaven is on the way. It'll come to us in a flash of fire and settle in like gentle rain, and finer still, a soothing mist of understanding and sacredness, illumination. I knew you'd come. Heaven is on the way, heaven is on the way, heaven is on the way, heaven is on the way. Oh, through my open door, another sky and another shore, and walking there is running free, and running there is flying. Heaven is on the wing, heaven is on the wing, heaven is on the wing, heaven is on the wing. When you sight the pole star that guides your life, and you live your days to exemplify and demonstrate the life to be, heaven is all we'll see, heaven is all we'll see, heaven is all we'll see, heaven is all we'll see. Oh, through my open door, another sky and another shore, and walking there is running free, and running there is flying. Heaven is on the wing, heaven is on the wing, heaven is on the wing, heaven is on the wing. And the one you long for is on the way, and the one you long for is on the way. Prepare your earth, keep watch your sky. It's a cloud by day, it's a star by night.